Alright, welcome to the Lens Podcast, or as I like to call it, the Valorant Waiting Room, because I still haven't got a goddamn key.
Same.
I haven't tried to get one, so I don't feel like I'm in a waiting room at all. I feel fine. I feel pretty standard.
I liked it back when the way they gave out keys was you would get a key, and then you'd enter it, and then they give you 2 more keys, and then you gave it to 2 friends. And then that's how they would do it. But now, it's all random! And it's just to get views on Twitch!
Did you see the PC Gamer article?
What'd they do?
No, Valorant accounts are being sold for like $150 a pop, and Riot's threatening to ban sold accounts out now.
They're not threatening, they are!
Well, they are, but they don't know. The headline of the article doesn't mention if they've started, but very funny that Valorant accounts are $150.
$150 right down the fucking shitter. Oh. I just want a new game to play. So that's been my last 2 days basically. Is just sitting there with Valorant streams. I've been watching basically Shroud and XQC. I was going to bed last night and I'm like, all right, let me put on a streamer that I think is either going to put me on more Valorant streamers with a host or will keep playing until I wake up. And I saw XQC was on and I'm like, that man's going for the long haul. And did he go for the long haul? Because I think he went for 24 hours.
Damn.
So
that's unhealthy. But
that's a lot of times.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I've seen no Valorant gameplay.
None at all?
I didn't know Valorant was made by Riot until about 3 hours ago.
Bullshit. I've told you about this game before.
I haven't listened.
It was on the show!
And do I need to repeat myself? I haven't listened. I don't get it. Why?
Which one was it? Project A? Is that what they called it?
I don't care. I don't think you understand.
Alright, on to some news.
I am looking forward to it coming out, though.
It looks like a fun tactical shooter. I've never really played tactical shooters out of some SND in Call of Duty, but like I never really played the game. What? I would just fuck around.
It basically
what does tactical shooter mean?
CS:GO.
Yeah. It's basically CS:GO.
They put.
I'm gonna kill myself.
They put
Sorry, for legal reasons, that's a joke.
For legal reasons.
They put whatchamacallit, Rainbow Six in the tactical shooter, and I don't think it doesn't belong. It's just a very different kind of tactical shooter than CS:GO. This is very much.
I've played like 2 games. You know what? I'll open up CS:GO right now and play it during the stream to get a feel for tactical shooters.
No, please not that. Alright, so let's go ahead and talk about this ESPN announcement that came out today. Well, not today, I'm sorry, not today. Like yesterday, just before the TSM match, where they're going to... They broadcasted the Honor of Thieves TSM match on the ESPN app, and the rest of the playoffs is going to be on ESPN2 live.
Still accessible on ESPN.
That's still television.
It is television.
Yeah?
I guess pay for that package.
I don't. This is probably in any sort of like step up from basic cable package. It might even be in most basic cable packages.
I actually truly no fucking clue.
No fucking clue either. I don't pay for my cable and I don't use cable, so. So yeah, what do we think about this? Do we think this is just ESPN having nothing to show, or?
I believe that's a major contributor to it, but hey, look at that, ESPN! You canceled your partnership last year.
Did they cancel it?
Back again. They did. They stopped streaming on the ESPN app.
Well,
that's where it was originally.
It was on ESPN Plus. I don't know if they stopped that partnership, because the ESPN app and the ESPN Plus are not the same thing.
Okay.
So I don't know what this means, and I don't know if they stopped doing it.
I had ESPN Plus for a bit, and because, well, there's other reasons for that, but anyhow, League of Legends was also on there at the time, and the last game that I remember was an Echo Fox series. So, I don't.
They were in last split.
It was a very old Echo Fox series. It wasn't last split.
I could go check. My dad has a subscription, but
does it matter that much?
I mean, fucking, it kind of does in the context of this move. Like, if this is happening without that deal.
But I mean, like yeah, that's fair actually. Okay, sorry. Is it worth stopping the show to go check?
No, I'm not gonna go check right now.
Okay,
no.
That's what I was trying. That's what I was trying.
I would
to
have
get
to
at.
go downstairs and ask him for his info to get in, and then he'd yell at me about it.
And he'd be like, "Since when do you like real sports?"
I like hockey. What do you want? It's
okay,
just not been worth it to watch it. I will beat you with a hockey stick to get my point across.
I said real sports, Anthony.
So I think it's actually pretty interesting if they still have the ESPN Plus deal. This means that they've basically, I don't know, they probably have another deal for here where they're getting paid to put it up, so they might be double dipping.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
So that's interesting to me, and I might go check into it later. But I might actually just try to watch it on ESPN 2 just to see what happens. I did that for Overwatch when they put it on Disney XD just to see what it was like, and it was a little bit sanitized where they cut out some bits of the show. But
like cussing and like, what do you mean?
I don't know. I'm mad because no one dropped any sort of curse word, and I really wanted to see if there was a difference. Because if I caught one, I was gonna go back and check Twitch to see if anything happened.
Well, I'll say that ESPN probably cares less about
than
certain
Disney XD.
Things. Yeah. Like, the fact of the matter is that, like, people, I mean, it just probably doesn't fucking matter, right? Like,
it happens in real sports. Like, I remember I was watching some NFL game and some dude just shouting at his players, cursing the fuck out, and I'm just like, who the hell turned that mic on? It was like cutting the commercial.
It's I mean, I've heard interviews with various NFL players who say when they're mic'd up, they try to curse as often as possible. So like 95% of their mic'd up is off. It's just them like running up the field like, because that's the only time they're not like shouting profanity, right? Like,
you turn all of the calls for the hike into just bullshit and just cursing. Oh my god!
Fuck
You
one,
want
fuck
some more? You want some more?
fuck, fight!
69, 69.
69, blue 69.
Blue waffle,
good
blue
time.
waffle.
Oh,
Blue waffle. Oh
Don't
my
Google that.
God.
Don't Google that.
Do not.
You deserve to go to hell.
All right, and what were you gonna say?
It looks like ESPN2 is available for most places.
It's probably available if you have ESPN.
Yeah, I can get it on Comcast, so
Yes.
it should be.
I mean, if you have the Comcast package with S-Pen, then yeah.
Okay. All right.
I don't know
find
what
out about
cable you got though.
I mean,
I got
it doesn't
Comcast.
matter.
Package,
I should have it.
I don't know what that package is like.
You're right. I got basic.
I'm looking forward to the social media bullshit because the last time I saw something like this happen, it was Dota, and everyone lost their goddamn minds. I think it was back in like 2015, 2016 when it happened. And
Why did everyone lose their mind?
Huh?
Why did everyone lose their mind?
Because they're like, this is video games. This isn't sports. Why are you showing on ESPN?
Oh, well, they used to run fucking Magic the Gathering on actual ESPN. Like, who gives a shit?
I mean,
TBS had CS:GO for
a while.
For a while. Yeah,
for a couple of years at least. I don't know if they still do it, but I used to like watch TBS when I was making food sometimes.
Yeah. So it's like not the first time that any like video games have been broadcasted on cable, but it's the first time that a Riot game has been like broadcasted on cable.
It's not that either.
Oh wait, when was Riot previously broadcasting?
I think it was also on ESPN2 a while ago. It was only like a semifinal match, I think, or both of the semifinal matches, and then it was also delayed, like it was later or something. I don't remember. It was weird, and then they didn't show the finals, so it didn't make any fucking sense why they bothered.
They just had the semifinals.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just like a test run for viewer numbers or something.
I guess.
I have no idea. I don't do television programming.
It's not exactly a future prospect for most people, I would imagine. But yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. You could say that.
Although it might not do that poorly numbers wise, because I know their views count if you're watching it like in browser. So like,
what do you mean?
So like you can I can log into my cable account on my desktop and watch it here. And so like you might think that at a certain point in history, maybe even a decade or two ago, putting something like this on television was the worst idea because maybe not every person had their own, like every kid had their own television or their own like laptop or computer upon which to watch it while their family was watching whatever they wanted to watch. And typically these games run at times that other traditional sports run. Clearly at the moment that's not the case, but generally speaking, given like the sort of general or more widespread access to this technology, it might fare better than it would have previously, is all I meant to say.
Yeah, I can see it doing better because there's more opportunities to watch it and there's less other things to watch right now.
Yeah.
But for like your exact example of watching it from your cable on your computer, why wouldn't I just go to YouTube or Twitch? I mean, I guess if you're already watching ESPN2, and that's the kind of people that this is kind of trying to hit. But if anyone who's like, I want to watch League of Legends, they're like, let me.
No, I mean, I'm definitely not.
Xfinity
I mean,
account.
like you, I might open it.
Yeah,
on that
out of curiosity,
just to see.
Yeah,
but like, I'm not actually gonna finesse it that hard. But like, you know,
I'll watch whatever game of. I'll watch the beginning of EG-C9. Hell, I might watch the whole thing until EG win a game, and then I'll switch off.
Okay, I'm going to interrupt to include a minor mistake in this article.
What?
Where it was the sentences the network also previously delivered exclusive live coverage of Heroes of the Dorm.
Yes, they did
in
that
2015 and 2016.
Yeah, Heroes of the Dorm is a thing. Hemont.
What?
Holy crap!
I have a team playing that.
That was the college
Heroes
league for Heroes of the Storm.
Dorm?
Yeah,
Holy crap!
It's the college league for Heroes of the Storm.
I could have been in that tournament, by the way.
I didn't even know that. It was actually a thing.
That wasn't a typo, you fucking shit.
What?
I thought it was a typo.
Hemont thought
I was
it was
like,
a
fuck.
typo.
No,
I thought someone messed it up.
I could have been on that in that tournament. I was like playing Here's the Storm just before that tournament happened, and I probably could have been on ESPN.
Weren't that good, let's be honest.
I was okay at that game. Nobody was good at that game. That game was garbage. It was not hard to be good at that game.
Oh, don't act like I don't know that.
I already had a bunch of fucking MOBA mechanics and macro sets.
Yeah, I had a lot of. Once I had to not focus on farming, I would just pick AD carry adjacent champions, and I would like consistently get like 100,000 damage in games if they went
Dirty
long
Vala
enough.
Abuser.
Vala, Falstad, all of them, because I had the mechanics already, and they were just ripoffs of like. I mean, Vala is just like shitty Vayne, so like
MF. Shitty MF.
No, shitty Vayne. The tumble mechanics.
Sure. I played Raynor or Raynand. I don't remember how to pronounce it.
It was Raynor, and he sucked really hard once they released new characters.
I played him for a tank shred, and it was so bad that they didn't have any tanks.
Tychus was a better tank shredder, but timeout. This is not a Heroes of the Storm podcast. Let's get back to the
Let's
LCS.
do it. No. We're gonna bring it back. We're gonna single-handedly revive Heroes of the Storm.
We can't do that unless Davidson's here.
I'm down. Let's do it. I'll play that game. That game's fun to play. It's not a great game, but it's fun to play.
Dude, I think Davidson and I tried to do like a 2-person queue, not like ranked or anything. I think it took us like 45 minutes to find a game.
Holy crap!
So like, if you want to, we can, but like, dude, we got to do TFTs and be ready to FF real quick.
I was like so glad I never had to install the Battle.net client after Destiny left, and then I'm just like, but I kind of want to play Warzone a little, just because.
I play World of Warcraft, so I need it.
You gotta get that. You need that stuff, man. Yeah, that stuff, man.
I don't want it, but I certainly do engage with it.
All right, let's move on. Let's move on to talking about FlyQuest and Golden Guardians. Hey, man,
FlyQuest and Golden Guardians.
It's your team. Why don't you take the lead here and tell us how that went?
I'm very happy it was a 3-0. Holy, I thought this would be a much messier series. I thought GG would pull something interesting, and they didn't, and they rolled over and died. I was happy.
I was much less hype on GG than most people. I thought they totally eked into playoffs, but I thought that their bot lane looked so bad. GG's bot lane looked like such garbage.
Yeah, I always thought FBI was kind of good, and then I saw that series, and I was like, oh, that's why everyone says that he's trash right now. Okay. Alright. Makes sense. Ooh, he suffered most of it. Imagine being Tarek waiting for a Callista ult and it never coming.
I think it was on cooldown.
I don't have to, because I'm the Callista.
I think I remember what you're talking about, and it was on cooldown.
Ah, damn. He was getting flamed by casters for that one.
PoE put on a fucking clinic.
I think he
was
deserved to be
bodying children. Oh my god. I don't. Who was there to stop PoE from just killing everybody? Fucking
No one.
nobody. PoE and solo were kind of hard carrying the Santorin did pretty good, and I still think Gangplank's a garbage team. Just saying. I think Gangplank's garbage right now. Impact's the only person who can play Gangplank.
Well, he's not here anymore now, is he?
Nope.
Rip.
What'd you think of Wild Turtle? As a general
He was
question.
decent.
Decent.
He's still good. It's been very weird. I guess this has been like kind of a team sense for FlyQuest where they're like, oh, we're literally just gonna leave Turtle. We're gonna have 3 core people, including solo, like sometimes in some of the plays, and we're going to leave Wild Turtle to farm and stay relatively equivalent in farm. So he may not show up to a play like beforehand, but it'll certainly come like a little bit afterwards. And it's up to like PoE, Ignar, and Santorin to keep that play like still going at the time until Wild Turtle arrives, or just do the play themselves anyway.
Rest in fucking peace. Rest in fucking peace, Turtles, Syndra.
Oh
God. He got fucking violated in that game through no fault of his own, by the way. Like, it was very much like not him fucking up. It was still utterly tragic to see.
Yeah. Or like, alright, Syndra doesn't have a flash. Get him!
Oh, dude, they just like lived bot lane. He was like 0-5-2 at some point. He was feeling it, bro.
He was 0-3-0, and he was just underneath this turret. I think those are still
pounded.
pre-level 5. Like, I
getting
just
pounded.
want to farm.
But he did pretty decent. Zaya's not bad. I mean, he's friggin' doing Zaya things, right?
His what's her name? Callista's okay. They ran the Ballista, and did they ever pull it off?
I don't remember.
I don't
He
think so.
was not the highest impact this series, but I don't think that that's because he's bad. I think it's because they were choosing to play around other people.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
PoE was destroying people, and Santorin.
Yeah, because they gave him all the resources.
Santorin's making me think Pantheon might actually be an okay jungler.
I mean, yeah.
Because he is an okay jungler.
I think he's super team reliant. If you're just playing Pantheon with a bunch of randoms, there's no way you're gonna go around 1v5ing people. You have to be able to like work together to get good dives off, because that's just how you use his ultimate. If you don't get a good dive with his ult and kill 2 people, it's worthless.
Also, very great with those globals. If you get, man.
So
Top Catch is a great pair.
That was so disconcerting.
what?
What?
It almost certainly my microphone did not pick this up, but my neighbors have children who are playing in the yard, and all of a sudden I just heard a very young girl screaming at the top of her lungs, and I was like, oh my god. That was like, it was
Fuck, one guy out of my basement. What?
Not
Nothing.
funny, dude.
That
scared the shit out of me.
Okay. So, what are the odds that Viper gets any more playtime?
Pretty low.
Yeah. Pretty low.
What are the odds that he plays 1 game against TSM? Is it?
They have to be on the ropes, and they really want to play Riven. That's it.
I think there are 2 instances where you swap to Viper. You're up 2 games, or you're down 2 games.
Mm-hmm.
If you're up 2 games, why on earth would you swap to Viper?
Especially in your last elimination series, right?
Right, but you're up 2 games. You have a game to lose.
Anthony's talking about when you're 2-0.
I know, but you still want to keep that momentum going.
Yeah, I feel like you don't sub out the guy who just helps you win 2 games. I feel like that's probably an L.
Not in a playoff series either.
SKT can sub in Mata to get him a world skin. So why not sub in
That's different.
Really? Because it lost them the series.
That it did. And that's why we don't do that.
You're right. Speaking of things we don't do, let's talk about TSM versus 100 Thieves.
This was honestly,
I don't want to watch another series like
unexpected.
Why not?
Because it was so goddamn stressful. It brought back the Pepto meme.
Mm-hmm. Q2 Silver Scrapes had to come out. That must have been an enjoyable feeling as a TSM fan.
I would go out and buy like pink paint that looks like Pepto and one of those giant ass like paint jugs that we used to have in like school, like elementary school. But I don't know what to do with the paint in the giant paint jug. That's the only problem I have with that
put
idea.
the paint in the paint jug.
Or
right,
paint the paint jug pink.
But I want to paint the paint. I'm buying pink paint and a giant ass paint jug. But I don't know what to do with the paint in the paint jug.
Throw them around in frustration so paint's everywhere. There, go.
You're right. I will remove all the furniture from my room and then just like do a random ass art display on my walls. That wouldn't actually be too bad. If I cover up every surface I possibly can and then just fling paint everywhere in my room, that wouldn't be bad.
All right.
The problem is I don't want to move all my furniture and cover everything.
So
that's a lot of work.
What
I
you
just
got?
googled like I know a few websites that have prop recommendations for filmmakers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And I was like, fake Pepto-Bismol. And someone was like, yo, the strawberry Nesquik looks dead ass exactly like Pepto-Bismol.
I don't want to have strawberry Nesquik in the jug though. I want the jug as a prop in my background. That's what I want.
No, but then you could pretend you're drinking it and you're actually just drinking strawberry milk.
Yeah.
Oh, God, that sounds disgusting.
Yes, but it sounds like it won't destroy your stomach as badly as chugging Pepto-Bismol or paint.
I'd rather chug Pepto than Nesquik.
You'd rather chug Pepto.
Though.
You're just going to like evaporate into like the husk of a person.
It's just
yeah. I think that we just don't do this as the play.
Yeah.
You're right. I'm not gonna chug either of them. I will
This
make that.
quest was actually much better than I remembered it. By the way.
Huh?
I was watching the FlyQuest highlight.
So
he didn't die that game.
Oh.
So here's my question with this series: is where the fuck was Someday?
I was very surprised. I really thought he'd show up, and he didn't.
He really did. It was all Cody-san. Cody-san was a monster for 100 Thieves.
Mm-hmm. Even after the game, there was an article, and he was like, "Yeah, I felt like I could have played better." After that, and he was playing out of his mind.
I mean,
I got Silver Scrape stuck in my head, fellas. I don't know what to do.
Oh
no.
So looking at game 1, where TSM wins in a mildly convincing fashion, off
Broken
of
Blade
Bjergsen.
popped off that game.
Huh?
Broken Blade popped off.
Broken Blade did really good, and Bjergsen got fed early on Corki, so they had good constant DPS, meaning they got a lot of control.
Yep.
Broken Blade was in there.
So here's my question. What the fuck is game fucking 2 where they run the same exact comps back, the 20 for 20 salty ass run back, and then you fucking lose?
Did you see the this or that slide about it?
There was a this or that about it?
Yeah, they did this or that like literally 30 minutes after the skate series ended, and one of them was like this or that, losing on the salty run back or like losing to the salty run back, like which is worse?
I think losing to the salty run back is worse.
No, I
think losing on the salty
No,
run
it's
back.
definitely losing as the salty run back, because if you lose as the salty run back, you're about to get flamed so hard for like losing and then picking the same comp and losing again. You're getting flamed, my man. It's done.
Is it bad I wanted it to happen again for game 3?
For game 3?
I wanted the best of 3 to be completed. I wanted game 3 to run it back.
He wanted a
3-peat
of run backs.
Oh my god.
He wanted the salty run back.
No. The saltier run back.
So I think
the salty run back on the salty run back. The salty run back squared.
Alright, so I think the real difference in this game was when Ryoma ended up 6-0. Because
I
that
have
was
literally no water
unsateable.
left in my body thinking of the sodium levels came on. I can't. I'm dehydrated. I need water, boys. I'm finna die.
It was so tilting to watch Ryoma get gifted kills and to watch Dardoch just like fuck up 3 early fights and die for them. And I get it, like if he tries to kite away, he'll probably still die anyways, and he might actually get someone else killed if he doesn't overcommit and let them all focus on him. But just oh. And I see a lot of people shitting on Dardoch and Meteos for this series. They both played in this game for these games. That was their job.
They were the party starters.
Like, yep. Their job is to get on a flank, dive in the back line, and then die. And none of the teams played with any sort of revive or protection for them.
When you're picking like Jarvans and Gragas, like you're literally just you're like Olaf runs in and die. Like everyone, like you're the guy who yells, "All right, boys, I'm getting the party started," and then you dive in, and you get the party started. Like that's just what it is. Like.
Yeah, you take out your Broloff skin and you just run straight at them.
I hate that Olaf game. So that's game 3, where Dardoch has Olaf, and I'm just like, okay, so all the gold's on Olaf, which means Olaf has all of the agency, which means we're about to lose.
Yes.
Yeah, that's always bad.
This is why I hate getting my junglers fed, because they then proceed to not get anything and then bitch that they camped my lane and I didn't get anything either, and I'm just like, you took 3 of the kills, man! I don't know what you want from the 1, 2, and 3 top laner!
That's how very similar to how I actually feel about my supports, funnily enough. They take all the resources and then get mad that I didn't use the resources.
This is why we give Doug Pike. That way you get a little bit of something for your trouble.
Yeah, only at 6. There's still this fucking entire early game. No, I'm kidding. So, shout out Doug.
So what I think the other thing Game 3 teaches us is that Pantheon is a crazy good counter to set early game. And I probably need to play it more, to be honest.
Yep.
Because I haven't played Pantheon in forever.
Did you not feel that Game 4 taught you that you should be locking in Callista?
I had that thought, and then I thought to myself, but I don't want to ult my random-ass junglers.
It's not random if it's Dion.
Yeah, but Dion, like, you need to play someone... Like, the champions you want to pair with this are kind of select. That's the problem.
It's like Rek'Sai, it's like Jarvan, it's like Gragas, and he can play all of those. Sedge is actually not that bad.
I guess it's not bad, but I'd rather Sedge make her own initiation and then me have somebody else and not fucking
No, but the thing is Sedge goes in with her Q and then gets yeeted out and yeeted back in. You're not seeing the lines here, my man.
You know what we do? We pair it up with an Ornn mid.
Okay.
I will vomit. I will just vomit.
I mean, it doesn't sound too bad. I think that's actually viable.
What I'm hearing is that Anthony does not want to have to learn how to play ADC.
No, you're saying that he doesn't. He's literally saying he would pick it with certain things.
Here's
and also, to be fair, no one should want to play Callista.
Here's the other problem. It's really only good into a few things. And one of those things is Aatrox, which they played it into.
Yep.
So, that's fine, and I don't know. I don't think I'm ever gonna fucking try it because I'd rather play anything else into fucking Aatrox. I'd rather play Pantheon into Aatrox. I need to play Pantheon.
But Callista is up.
I need to play Pantheon. Someone yell at me to play Pantheon tomorrow.
Is the does this mean I have to pick Callista?
I mean, sure. Why don't you and Doug learn Callista Taric? That sounds like a great bot lane.
I already know how to play Callista.
No, Callista set. Callista set. Callista set. Take the set. Just do it.
I'm pretty sure Callista Taric is broken because Callista can dash with the stun and automatically proc both hits. For passive. Well,
I don't think. I mean, my Callista is already clean as hell.
Only defeated once, and then never played again.
No, I've played it a bunch actually. Gotta save my soul.
It's pretty okay if we can get him going. That's my only problem with Callista is it feels like you have to play around Callista too much.
Not really. I mean, I won't be useful, but I won't be useful on like any AD carry unless I'm Ashe or Sivir. Like you can not play around Ashe and Sivir and they're still like really good. You can, if you don't play around me on Ezreal and I go like 0-7 in lane because we're getting like 5-man, like I'm done. I'm never gonna help you, dude. Like it's over for me. I'll have no damage for 96 minutes.
All right. Well, oh, okay. So Ryoma was the other kind of big standout, especially because of that game 2 where he went 12-2 on fucking Oriana. God. Where
I told you,
he
Oriana and Victor.
So, well, hang on, because in the last 2 games he also played Oriana and Victor and got his shit rocked a little.
It's
Yeah.
true.
That's the second Oriana game did not look too hot. Ooh, excuse me. But I feel like so Ryoma was one of the players that we were very critical of. And I think most people, by comparison to Aika, would have definitely said Ryoma has more potential. And I think he's kind of living up to it and kind of proving that he was worth the move. But at the same time, he's taking up an import slot. Like, I would probably rather them find other talent in NA. Like, I don't know why a Blaze Olive or Yasui aren't getting a starting spot. I'm sure there's another academy mid laner who should probably get a starting
spot. Talon one trick who only runs Conqueror Talon. And like hard counters Nizzy and solo queue.
That's gotta be Yamakaze.
It is.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm still conflicted on his existence, but he's at least improved, and I feel like a lot of the other players.
Sorry, hold on. When you say conflicted about his existence, do you mean his starting spot in the league, or just like him as a man?
The starting spot in the league.
Okay, because it did sound like you just meant you were conflicted about him as a man, and I was like, that's very harsh.
No, that's like, Aika. I'm like, why are you on this planet, man?
That's really mean.
Uh-huh.
That's, you know what? I'm gonna just say it. You took that one too far.
You know what? Time to go over the. Okay, so I don't know. I feel like he's improved. I still don't like it. I would still rather a native talent that was kind of an unknown quantity, but and it's got a limited pool of players, and we kind of need to figure out how to pull from other regions a little bit. I still don't feel like this was it. Oh, stop picking Gangplank, get Broken Blade. For the love of God, please stop. Please stop. Please stop.
Oh man. I don't know particularly too much about the Ryoma case. I want to say he's done good. 100 Thieves has managed to make it into the playoffs. They did finish as the 3rd seed, if I remember correctly, in the split, but this split was just such a mess that I can't really put together what that's probably like really 100 Thieves like luck rolling. I think they were definitely like a playoffs team. I don't think they should have gotten 3rd. But the fact that Ryoma they managed to make it there with Ryoma is still pretty impressive. The fact that they actually beat.
I mean, Sunday and Cody Sun have been crazy. They've been doing really good, but they're dead now.
Someday was crazy during the split. Cody Sun, he normally would take a little bit of time to wake up near the end of the split, but apparently he's been awake this entire series, and I was happy to see it.
All right, so here, let's take this moment to move into the goodbye segment we used to do, where we talk about the teams leaving and how they did this split and how they should go into next split. Let's continue on with the 100 Thieves where we are now. What do you think? How do you think 100 Thieves should be looking at this off season, if you will?
Get Afromu back, get back the original roster, and just try to meme your way into the spotlight.
Pop in Ryu and Afromu, and you fix the whole thing. Honestly, that might. I'll admit.
I mean,
that
honestly,
might be upgrades.
Why not? Well, you already got the Meat Man back. Get a Afro and a Ryu back in there. Throw some Hadoukens, throw some moves.
Make sure. I'm sure Bang would be more than happy to come.
Bang was not the original AD carry.
Bang would not be happy to come back. He's in 2nd place right now. What do you want, Haymont?
And also,
exactly. Sometimes you need a more relaxed position. He was with the team last split.
No, it was Cody Sun.
when they
Last split.
imploded.
Odie Sun was the original, so they literally just need, they're 2 pieces away from the perfect Exodia Redux.
I think support has been the only like standout place that needs positional, or that could even have positional improvement. But I just don't know who you're gonna get. Like Golden Guardians has the same problem where it's like, well, we're running Keith and Hoonie, and it's like, well, they're garbage.
Well, Hooney's looking at other teams, so maybe
in.
Hooney starts playing support for 100 days.
You're right.
No, stop it.
I got it, Anthony.
follow
I've
the
actually
GG's
I've 4-digit IQ'd the scenario. Which 4 digits I'll never tell. They're all
I was gonna say negative 200 IQ, but
the negative sign isn't a digit.
Well, who cares? Fuck you and your reality. I'll insert my own.
No.
In all seriousness, 100 could probably pick up Hakuo.
Isn't he on a starting roster? Is he on Dig Academy?
He's on IMT.
Oh, there's no way IMT are dropping Hakuo.
Still worth making an offer.
No fucking way.
God damn.
The only person IMT are looking to drop is fucking Ica.
LOL.
And maybe they're wait, didn't they add another AD carry?
Did they?
I thought
they only had. They had Altec and. I'm always going to forget. Yes, Altec and Apollo.
What did I think was their AD carry? I don't remember.
Yeah.
Nope, I don't know. But I feel I don't. What the fuck was the question?
What could 100 Thieves do to improve their roster?
Not that.
Or what might they want to do going into next split?
I thought we progressed to something else. You said that you wanted to get Hawk. Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, Hakuo for the support role.
Yeah. I just don't think there's any options up. I think everyone's probably happy with their support. I feel like Afram is the only one who would move. Well, I shouldn't say he's the only one who would move, but he's the only one who I think can move, and that's only because I don't think he's good enough to be on an LCS team.
That hurts a bit.
Oh, Ole, actually. Okay, so here's the Dignitas Academy roster.
That's right.
Lorlo,
11th
LCS.
Lorlo, Grig, DeMonte, Phoenix, and Ole.
You know who they could get support?
Who?
Lemon Nation.
He has COVID.
Yo.
Does he really?
Oh.
Yes.
Yikes. Hope he's okay.
Damn.
So don't think they're gonna get Lemonation. Actually, I don't know. He might recover by then. I don't know. I don't know how this disease works that well.
I don't want to make a comment in case I'm wrong. So
yeah.
I think I know how it does, allegedly, but I don't actually know. So I'm gonna not say anything to be safe.
So I feel like Dignitas Academy should be get. That's actually like I can say that. That's English, but should get cannibalized this offseason. Every player on this roster should go to a starting roster somewhere, probably.
Yeah.
I don't know what Dig is gonna do for a top laner if they drop Hoonie. If they put in Lorlo, I guess. But Grig should probably go somewhere. But
yeah, Griggs definitely should. But where?
Team Liquid. I think Grig could go to CLG.
Grig could go to 100 series.
No, I think
he could also go to CLG.
Why would they replace Meteos?
Yeah, I don't know why you replaced Meteos for Grig. Okay, so this is a bit of a different segment.
Hey, Mutt.
Here.
Sometimes Meteos has his off days. That's all.
Here, we'll call this segment "Where the fuck does Dignitas Academy go?"
Listen, Grig has his off days too, and Meteos has his off days when they put him on champions and say, "Get in there, dive and die, so we can get kills," or because he gets focused. So that's not on him.
So here, I want everyone to go look at the Dignitas Academy roster.
I'm not gonna do it.
Why not?
Because I don't want to Google it.
I want everyone to give a breakdown about what team they think that each of the players is going to go to.
I have no idea. I don't think all of them are. I think most of them are going to stay there.
Why?
Ole.
Why?
Because not many teams actually need upgrades that bad.
Really? I think each of these players can go somewhere.
Great. Then you can give me your list, and I'll tell you mine. Mine's going to still be. I don't think they're all going somewhere. Just as a heads up.
I think Ole's going to Golden Guardians. I think Phoenix might stay, or he might also go to Golden Guardians. I think Demonte might go to Immortals. I think Grig is going to go to CLG. And I think Lorlo is going to get promoted if Huni leaves. Otherwise, I think... Who would Lorlo go to? Maybe CLG?
If you pick up Greg and Lorlo as a combo for CLG, that might be all right.
That might be an upgrade they would make. I feel like that's probably... I feel like that's actually a probably highly probable move that'll happen. But I don't know. I don't know what's happening behind the scenes, so I can't really tell you who's actually talking to who. Where do you think this team's going?
I agree with Greg to CLG, possibly Lorlo promoted or up to CLG's top laner. I don't know if GG pick up Ole again. That's the thing. Because I remember, what was it? Golden Guardians team
Did they drop him?
They did drop him. They previously had Ole as a support before.
Well, they put him into Academy in July.
Mm-hmm.
So, who did they replace him with?
I have no clue.
Either
way, I'm not sure Ole actually gets picked up by a team. Ole might just stay there. Because he's had a couple of historical problems.
It was Huhi. They replaced him with Huhi.
Yeah, so like I said, I don't think Ole gets any stage time again. Even if he does do well in Academy.
Well, I don't know if anyone's going to need stage time.
Yeah.
So, Matt, where do you think the Intel's Academy's going?
Dude, I don't care. Not many places. Probably Dig Academy. Maybe upgrade. I mean, I think if Huni leaves, they obviously upgrade Lorlo unless there's like another big name.
Viper?
Sort of free. What?
They might get Viper.
They might get Viper if Someday leaves for whatever reason. They might look for Someday, right?
That's not happening.
I don't think it is. I'm just saying, the only reason if Huni leaves, the only reason Lorlo's not getting promoted is if another high profile or high caliber top laner is brought in instead, which makes sense to me. But I think Ole could probably go some places. I mean, I think they all could go places. I think Greg is probably going to get sniped because Greg is pretty dang okay. Who was their mid laner?
Demonte. I think Demonte should be on a fucking team right now. I don't know why he's not.
I also do.
Mm-hmm.
He did pretty good with Clutch last split. I don't know. I mean, I just have no idea what these contracts look like or who's getting cut or who's getting traded. So it's I don't even know.
I would think any of these moves would be a trade. Like, because they're trading from Academy up. There's no way someone's going to get bought out in the middle of the season unless it's Huni. I think Huni's the only player that won't get bought out at all. Mostly because I think that's how his contract works out. Where the fuck is Huni going to go? The only place he can go is CLG. The only place. CLG or Golden Guardians.
I actually agree on the plot with that comment. That's the frustrating part. I was going to say only Golden Guardians, but DLG would probably feasibly pick him up as well.
Okay. What if TL pick up Huni? And Sneaky? What if that's what they do?
I don't think they need to drop Impact. That would be kind of crazy.
Yeah, that would be.
I don't think Huni's better than Impact.
I just think that would be a funny ass outcome, and I'd be so confused. I'd be like, what the hell backwards ass universe did I just walk into?
That would be one. That would be a sign we're in the weirdest timeline.
I mean, TL didn't make finals. I feel like that's already a sign. G2 lost a series. I feel like it's a pretty fucking weird world we're in right now.
I wonder how G2's
I don't care
doing
enough about EU to make comments about its weirdness.
I mean, that's
See, I haven't followed up with the G2 scenario. All I knew was that they dropped into the losers bracket, and then after that, I just didn't follow up on it at all.
I mean, that's what happened.
Oh, God.
I don't know what there is to follow up on. They lost to Mad Lions because they played like shit.
I don't know if they had any other series. I don't think they had any other series.
I don't think EU's had another series since.
Okay. All right. And I'm still out of the loop, but not that out of the loop there. Okay.
All right. We haven't talked about Golden Guardians options. So what do we think? How do we think they've done this split? Everyone had them basically dead last.
Yeah.
Like most people had them, Dig, FlyQuest gunning for like last place, and it was just a mishmash of them. So by comparison to that, getting to playoffs seems like an okay progression, but at the same time, is this like? Do we think they really deserve it? Has they really shown like they didn't just? I don't want to say just lucked into it, but they kind of had a fortunate circumstance that ended up with them here. Because CLG shit the bed, TL shit the bed, Immortals kind of couldn't get it together in time. Who was the other team that fell out? Dignitas were proved to be too volatile to keep up. So like, are these teams that they should be happy they finished over? Like, does this matter?
They should be very happy that they finished over these teams, especially when Closer was tweeting out before the Dignitas game, "Hey, I get to knock you out of playoffs. Take that, Hooney." Right? Yeah.
I feel that one. That's mean.
He was very happy about that. I do think they probably need a better support, like an actual support, but I don't think they'll be able to get that. They probably need to replace FBI with a good, better AD carry. I still don't know where they'd get that either.
It's either Sneaky or there's probably not another better one who's going to be available.
There ain't no way in fucking hell Sneaky goes to Golden Guardians.
GG. Double lift joints. No, that's not gonna happen.
No. Hang on. Okay, so here's what happens. Sneaky goes to TL. Double lift cuts his contract with TL. Goes to Golden Guardians. Ole goes from Dig Academy to Golden Guardians. Boom.
They're getting the gang back
together. Just in time for Double Lift to yell at Ole again and get him to bench him for benching himself.
It's true.
Oh man, the Golden Guardians retirement home. Here we go.
Oh man,
terrible.
Monster's already there.
All right. Hang on. What do I get if that comes out right? I'll because that's such a wild fucking call.
Congratulations, that's all you'll get. That's it. I'm broke.
I'm already a profit. How much higher can I go here?
You're still not the one with the highest prediction percentage from the split.
The fucking stats bot is below me. How much more did you want?
Oh damn!
I can't get much higher if I'm above the stats bot, can I?
But you can't
get higher than Haymont.
It's like fucking blackjack. We're beating the dealer together.
No, you're just saying that because if Haymont was below you, you would not be saying this.
That is some right bullshit.
Absolutely.
It's about beating stats bot, and you know it. It's about the numbers. The numbers, Mason.
It's about disrespecting your peers.
Yeah. Ain't that the truth?
Oh.
What else do we have?
Well, I kind of want to wrap up the talk around Golden Guardians if there's any more moves we think they could make. I think Closer has been a pretty good investment for them.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of people were also kind of critical of this move, but Closer kind of he's really showed up and proven to be a good player.
Mm-hmm.
Matt,
His
any moves you want them to make?
is great.
No, I am ambivalent
Ambivalent?
about Golden Guardians. I think they overperformed. I think they could probably tweak themselves to be a little bit better, but I don't have any substantial changes outside of what you guys have said that I think are feasible. So, I mean, like if they just got like the entire SKT roster, they might do way better, but like that's not a feasible change. All right.
All right. Let's move on to our picks for this weekend. And hey, Ma,
I thought you guys would have wanted a gloat. Okay, there's the gloat.
What do you mean gloat? Hey. Wait, what do you mean gloat? This isn't gloat. This is just flame.
It's why are you picking FlyQuest over TSM?
I thought you guys were gonna flame me for my 100 Thieves pick over TSM.
No, I don't give a shit. Hurry up, I gotta go.
No, you're just bad.
Hurry up. Explain your FlyQuest pick.
Why am I playing FlyQuest over? Why am I picking FlyQuest over TSM? Because FlyQuest, they were able to close out the GG series in a much in a much better fashion than I expected them to. And I still think TSM has a little bit of trouble closing out games sometimes. More so, I believe FlyQuest has better late game direction than TSM does at times. Right? I think they're going to pull it to a full 5 series, and if they hands down win, I'm going to be happy because my team's in again.
In where?
In another match. That's it. They're still in playoffs. They're still in playoffs until they get beat by C9. Which is honestly which team's actually going to beat C9.
I see Matt has resorted to the 3-1. His cowardice, as I like to call it, of never
I actually just
predicting
think this one's a 3-1.
Which one? I was just calling you out in general.
I think both are actual 3-1s. Like this one was not cowardly. This one was like I think both of these games are actually 3-1s.
All right, why do you think EG's got that shot?
Because they're not bad.
They're not bad? You think you think that because they're not bad, they take that one game?
I think that EG is perfectly capable of catching one game if... Oh, Jesus Christ, that scared the shit out of me. Holy shit, sorry. I got a call on another program and I had no idea what it was. And it's substantially louder than every other program right now. Scared the shit out of me. I think EG is good enough to take a game if C9 gets sloppy or if EG just plays really, really well. I think C9 generally has the edge in the head-to-heads, but I don't think it's a huge margin in every lane at all. I think the bot lane for C9 is probably the biggest gap between their AD carries. Niski's probably better than Jizuke, but I don't think it's like a huge margin. And I think that there's going to be a lot of hype and pressure on the junglers. Backup versus starting guy, the guy you got traded for, right? Like all this shit. Like there's some interesting storylines, and I think EG is capable of picking a game up. And I do think FlyQuest is capable of winning one game if they just snowball off some dumb shit.
FlyQuest? Wait, we were talking about EG.
I'm talking about both, dog. Because because I was getting flamed for being 3-1 for picking 3-1 again, and I picked 3-1 on both.
Okay.
So I was just defending myself in general.
All right. There was one lane that you didn't mention, and that was the top lane matchup.
I know, because I don't know how close it's going to be. I think it's going to be fucking nuts.
Okay. In that case, do you think that Jizuke is going to do something to just pull this game together?
Because a couple of...
No, all right. I'm talking about EG's mid laner, I know. But I'm saying that in some of the games, Jizuke's managed to just buy enough time for EG to get stuff done.
I have no idea how EG's going to win one game. I just think they're capable of doing it.
Okay.
I think...
All right.
Okay. I think that TSM are going to clap FlyQuest. I think they are ramping up right now. they kind of showed a little bit of their volatility, and I'm honestly willing to put a lot of it on how they're running Champ Select, and if they can wrap up some of their qualms with Champ Select, I think they can easily take out FlyQuest. I think FlyQuest has some probably apparent flaws that most analysts should be able to spot out, and that if TSM can find those flaws and leverage them, like, I feel like as good as Solo is, as much better as he is than Viper, I don't think he's gonna be better than Broken Blade, and I feel like that pigeontoes them into banning Callista every time. And I feel like if TSM are gonna play it, they need to. They can lock it in, but then they need to make sure that they're putting it top lane somehow. And I feel like that's the difference. And I just think EG. I put it because I was a little scared and didn't want to be wrong, but I do think EG have the best shot at taking a game off of Cloud9 from what I've seen at the moment. TSM have done it already, so I might even have given them the same thing if they were playing this week. But that's I just feel like EG is the best shot. So I gave him a game. What matchups are we looking forward to in each of these series?
I want to see the
one
TSM
specific matchup. The TSM.
I already said mine.
Okay.
The TSM bot lane versus FlyQuest bot lane. I want to see whether Biofrost or Ignar is going to outroam or outward or outperform, right? Because I don't think that Wild Turtle is better than Kabe. I don't think that at all. I do think that he's comparable in the sense, but I really want to see what the TSM support and what the FlyQuest support does, because that's the thing. Ignar's been a critical part of FlyQuest, and Biofrost has been able to do some playmaking, but at sometimes he does trip up a little bit. I want to see what happens
TSM, I'm
there.
excited for the mid lane matchup, for the memes.
Same.
C9 versus EG, I think the best storyline is the jungle.
Yep, I'm in complete
agreement. I mean, I
agreement.
actually think that I'm kind of tied for jungle top because it's both like the sub versus the main guy, just on different teams.
I still feel like the jungle one's much bigger.
It is, because they actually like swapped their junglers out a lot more.
And it probably is the reason they fell apart at Worlds. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That seems like the biggest thing I'm gonna be looking at to watch these two go at it. And I just feel like the way that both mid laners carried FlyQuest and TSM, that's just gonna be the unstoppable forces meeting, and I can't wait to watch that explosion.
It should be good, yeah.
Ooh, I never even considered Zazel and I don't know why I'm so about supports today, but I never even considered like Zazel and Vulcan, the best overall support versus like the best roaming support. At least from last year's split.
Okay, maybe. Alright, I think we're out of topics.
I think we are. You want to take us on home?
Yeah, I think I'll take us on home. That'll do it for the round one of losers, if that's what you want to call it, on the Legendary Lens podcast. You can catch us next week back at our normal time, Tuesday at 8 p.m. on twitch.tv/NizzyTV2K11, and catch the VODs on my YouTube channel, Legendary Podcasts. Have a nice day.
All right.
All right. Peace out, gang.